So Windows Terminal became the default command line experience in Windows about 5 years ago, and since it released, it's been open source and it's had about 100 or so, maybe even more, features and settings added to really let you customize your terminal experience. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 of them that are complete game changers when it comes to working with Terminal, and I'm sure you don't know all of them. So let's get started. Okay, to start, let's hop into Terminal Settings, which can be accessed by clicking this drop-down button and then selecting Settings. This drop-down list is all of your profiles, which are all running different shells, and you can customize the profiles to be tailored to your workflow. So let's go into Settings. The first is this When Terminal Starts setting, which is what's shown in the terminal when it's first created. And I've set it to open windows from a previous session. So if I close the terminal and I had a bunch of tabs and panes open, I will then be able to see all those tabs and panes again with the content still in the buffer. So for example, I have this terminal window open with a PowerShell pane on the left, a Windows PowerShell pane on the top right, and a command prompt pane on the bottom right. And then I have 2 command prompt tabs open as well. If I close this and then reopen it, all of my panes have returned and the buffer contents are all here as well, so I can pick up where I left off. And these tabs are here too. Now on the same page, there's another setting that's new instance behavior. So whenever a new terminal instance opens, you can set where you want it to open. I have it set to attach to the most recently used window. So this will just create a new tab whenever a new terminal instance opens, rather than creating a whole new window and then you have a bunch of terminal windows you have to manage, which isn't the point of why we added tabs to the terminal. So you can have it set to create a new window, which is the default because that was the original default behavior, but I find setting it to attach to the most recently used window is really handy. So if I went and launched terminal once again, this will just create a new tab. Okay, next up, let's talk about some profile settings that are really clutch. So I'm going to jump into my PowerShell profile here on the bottom left. And the way that these settings work is this default section will apply all of these settings to all of your profiles, and then you can override them per profile in the named profile section if you want a specific profile to behave a certain way. So for example, if I wanted the appearance of PowerShell to be Campbell PowerShell, but I didn't want all of them to be in Campbell PowerShell, I would just set it here in the PowerShell profile rather than in defaults where I could have all of them look the same. So in PowerShell, one of the features that is really cool is the ability to run this profile as admin, and you just enable it here. So whenever you click on this profile in your dropdown, it'll run as admin. So instead of just converting my original PowerShell to always run as admin, I can create a new profile and duplicate all of the settings I have on the PowerShell one. I'll hit duplicate. And then I can rename this to admin PowerShell, and I'll turn on run this profile as admin, and I'll hit save. So now I have admin PowerShell right here. When I click on this, it's going to pop up that UAC or user account control dialog. I'll hit yes. And now I have a new window with PowerShell running as admin. So I can always have quick access to an admin profile right here if I wanted to. Now you don't have to set a profile as admin in order to do this. You can control click on any one of these and run them as admin also. So in my non-admin window, let's control click command prompt. I'll still get that UAC dialog. I hit yes. And now I have spawned the previous Windows PowerShell for my admin window and then attached the new instance of command prompt to it. So I have a command prompt admin and a PowerShell admin tab as well. Now you might be wondering, since I had set the setting for new tabs to be attached to the existing window, why these admin tabs are in a new window. And that's because Windows doesn't allow for mixing elevations within the same window. So we couldn't have a non-admin terminal tab next to an admin terminal tab in the same window. They have to be separate windows. But you could still only just have these two windows where one is all administrator tabs and then the other one is all regular tabs. But you won't need more than 2 windows when you're working with admin profiles. Now, another cool feature is still in the profile settings, and it's in the advanced section. And it's this one right here, display a menu on right click. So Terminal has a lot of features that are hidden behind keyboard shortcuts, like splitting panes and that sort of thing. But we have a menu that you can enable on right click that you can get access to all those via the mouse. So this is off by default because traditionally when you right click, it copies the selected text. So when this is enabled, it won't do that anymore. But if we head over to the interaction section on the top, there's a setting to automatically copy to the clipboard whenever there's a selection. So you could enable this and then still have this right-click menu, and you could still do all of your copying via the mouse. So let's go turn this on, hit save, and then jump into PowerShell. Now when I right-click, I have this menu. So I can find stuff in the buffer. So let me get some text in here. So I can click Find, and then I can search for videos, and now I'm able to find any contents in my buffer. If you want to open this without the right-click menu, it's Control-Shift-F. You can duplicate the same tab from here if you want the same profile going. And then you can also split panes from here. So in the way that I split them on this tab, you could do it via the mouse here. So we could do split pane, let's grab command prompt, and then we can split again with Windows PowerShell. Now, one thing to keep in mind is if I right-click on command prompt, it's now going to try to paste because I don't have this setting set in defaults. I have this setting set in my PowerShell profile. So if you want that right-click menu on all of your profiles, you'll want to enable it in defaults and then the advanced section, and then you'll turn this on here. So now I have that right-click menu. And now since I have panes, I have access to more stuff. So I can swap panes if I want to move them around. So I'll move this to the left. And maybe I want to move it down now. You could do that. Then you could also full screen a pane with the toggle zoom pane if you wanted to do that, but still have these panes running if you had long running processes in them, for example, but you just wanted to full screen one that you're working in. And then you could close all the other panes that you're working on or just this one with the right click menu as well. So we'll close the other ones here. Now for keyboard shortcuts, if you want to open a pane, the easiest way I find is by opening the dropdown, holding Alt, and then clicking on one of the profiles. And then to close a pane, you can type Control-Shift-W, and that'll do it that way too. Now the last feature I'll show is about running terminal in the background and why you'd want to do that. So over on the compatibility page, there's this setting, allow Windows Terminal to run in the background. And what this does is that it enables Quake mode, or global summon, as we have it called in the product. So this is reminiscent of the game Quake, where you're able to drop a terminal down from the top of your screen. You could do the same thing with Windows Terminal. It just needs to be able to run in the background so that the keyboard shortcut gets registered and it'll grab onto it. So I'm going to close Terminal, and then I'm going to type Windows key backtick. And then this opens a terminal on the top half of my screen. And the way that this works is that this is essentially a full Windows Terminal instance. Just move to the top of the screen and the tab bar is hidden, but it's still there. So I can type Control-Shift-2, and this opens the second profile in my dropdown, which is command prompt. And then Control-Shift-1 will open the top item in my dropdown, which is Windows PowerShell. And I can tab between them too. So to navigate between your tabs, you can type Control-Tab to move forward, and then Control-Shift-Tab to move backward. Then Control-Shift-W will close that active tab, and then Windows key backtick will dismiss the whole dialog again. But that terminal's still running, so I can do some work. There we go. And then dismiss it, go do something else, and then come back if I want to keep going. So if I wanted to kick off a build or a process or something quickly, I could do it from here, dismiss it, let it go, but it's still running in the background. And then I can navigate through my panes this way too. So we covered different startup settings as well as running profiles as an administrator, and then also enabling that right-click menu. And of course, we had to show Quake mode at the end. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe. I have a ton of terminal content coming, so keep an eye out for that. But until then, I will see you in the next one.